I'm saying hello to everyone who's watching this via our YouTube channel, our new YouTube channel. I think it's actually an old YouTube channel, which I've had for a long time. We also have our podcast. We have our Facebook page, so many things. But I'm Mike McCafferty. I am your game master. I am, let me be your, what is it? God, I can't remember.
Guide.
Let me be your guide. Yeah, God, I can't believe I forgot. I am the guide. I'm the guide master.
Early
Going Tony, Jason, Kit, Matt, Duncan. We have.
I'm Tony Caselli as Filk.
I'm Jason McCarris as OK Chandler.
I'm Kit Hirosaki as Doc Molotov.
I'm Matt Thompson as Matt Stompy, Ambassador Stompy Thompson. Is that right?
Yes.
Very good, Matt. I'm Duncan Williams as Quick Son of Qua.
Quick Son of Qua. I've been mispronouncing that. I'm sorry. It's been saying Quiqua, like from Moby Dick.
The cues are actually hard to say. Yeah, whatever.
Only Ishmael.
Who's on my laundry from work?
The shuttlecraft is Doc. Shuttlecraft is Doc.
Laundry gets covered here.
If you're listening to the podcast, you may hear errant pieces of life. Various things about laundry.
Yes, laundry.
And about
Oh, where's my breastplate? Where's it's sent to the dry cleaners.
Cover my daughter there.
yes, all these things are in play here as we continue on this this amazing trek here, this amazing Star Trek. I tell you guys it was almost called Star Trek last month or last week. Maybe I didn't.
I thought it was Star Tram.
It should have been, yeah, Star Tram or Starways. That's the escalator at Universal.
Starscalator.
The Starscalator. No, I think it's called Starways, and you used to have to listen to this Access Hollywood, like a 20-minute loop of Billy Bush. Not Billy Bush. No, I'm Billy Bush, and now let's listen to Eminem and Lose Yourself. Like, oh man, so many things wrong with that.
Escalator.
Yeah,
whatever happened to that escalator thing? Didn't you do that, Mike? That you try to go to Vegas on the, what was it called? The Escalator and Elevator Theater Company or something.
Yes, Shoots and Lifts.
Shoots and Lifts.
Shoots and Lifts.
We tried to form a theater company called Shoots and Lifts because there's an elevator and escalator safety company, and I tried to solicit them when they're having their convention in Vegas for us to do our safety show about escalators and elevators. But this is a long time ago. This is like early 2000s. I couldn't get there. Yeah. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we are continuing the voyage. This will be like hopefully a shorter voyage here because we're kind of splitting this one up here. We're separating the saucer section here to make a shorter one so we can have our grand finale either next week or the following week. But we have our intrepid crew of the Somerville no longer on the Somerville following the events of last week.
What? It's the first I'm hearing of it.
You were out, Lieutenant Chandler.
I did like my diagnosis, though, that it was an STD that caused me to have an extra antennae.
Yeah.
Bacterial enteritis.
Yes.
It's your own fault.
And then you guys killed my girlfriend, so I had no chance to actually,
She was never your girlfriend, dude.
We didn't kill her. She fell behind.
She was not on the deck you guys were looking for. You made no one ever thought to look in security.
I was just lucky that you remembered to save me.
Yeah, she was in a different castle. She was in a different security locker there, security beams there. But do you guys want a captain's log or first, second lieutenant's log it and catch up anyone who's been listening to the best of your abilities?
I'll give it a shot. I got a bunch of names written down and the like. So I guess I'll call it commander's log since I'm not the captain, but I guess the captain did put me in charge. God knows why. First officer's log, Quick Son of Quad. We are now on planet SF9442, nicknamed Minus Morgul. The Somerville is no more. It was attacked outside by a large creature. Our current cohort, myself, OK Chandler, Dr. Molotov, Filk, and Mishi managed to escape with a handful of survivors after being boarded and attacked by this being in smaller beings. After a lot of running around the ship, we managed to escape. Oh, including, sorry, Ambassador Stompy as well. Beg your pardon. Sorry, Matt. And now we are stranded on Minas Morgul and trying to survive and deal with the loss of Captain Sard, First Officer Trevor / Travis Trang, and
the Vietnamese triplets.
yeah, we lost all three of them. The poor Mrs. Trang is probably overwhelmed.
I was hoping that there was going to be some sort of plot point that they were Siamese triplets and we never noticed.
They're on every deck. Every deck we go to, there's like, Trang, what are you doing here? What am I doing? Tell me what's going on.
Oh, and also, of course, Science Officer Merc, the Ferengi. So now we are on this planet in the Dragon's Tail, deep space, and trying to figure out a plan not only to survive, but to somehow get home.
Nice, nicely done, Duncan. Yeah, does anyone have anything else to add? Any other thoughts? Any other additional logs? Nope. I think you got it.
Well done, Duncan.
Yeah.
We'll say the evening began with a hazing ritual in which some of the first lieutenants were hazing us and making us think we'd killed each other. I think they're all dead now, but maybe not. I'm not sure.
Except for Mishi.
Mishi survived.
Yeah. Johnny Phantom / Phantom Fast.
Now a Phantom.
Pantene.
Pantene.
Yes, Johnny Fantine. Yes, with accents galore all over the syllables.
And sorry, one other side note: the shuttlecraft we're on is the Hibachi.
Yes. Which the podcast has been named the Hibachi Maru, which I think is probably the best. I'm so glad we stumbled across that. That it was the no win but delicious scenario.
Well, the funny thing is, I was saying like, okay, people are going to be coming to the shuttle bay, and I said, fire up the hibachi, like thinking people would be hungry. And then Kim said, is that the name of the shuttle?
Oh,
Sure.
Sure, it is now.
that was the that's why we play it. That's why we play the games, so we can
There
hit
you go.
this.
There you go. So yeah, I think that pretty much catches everyone up for the most part.
All right, good. So it's been a day since the events on the USS Somerville, since the crash landing. Overall, 43 have survived. Dr. Molotov, I'd ask you to make 2 Star Trekking rolls. There are 2 critically injured patients.
Uh-oh.
Well, here, I'm sure I can take care of them. You will certainly recover. I'm sorry, 66 out of 50.
Well,
their wounds were grievous. They were impaled in many places.
Well, also Doc did recover a whole bunch of medical equipment from Med Bay as well. So you have that. So that might help.
What's your Star Trekking?
My Star Trekking is 50.
You grabbed a medical tricorder and some medical stuff. I don't know how much. I would give you 10. I think I could give you 10 because you're not in a medical situation. So
okay.
I don't want to like.
No, it's fine. The second person, yes, they had some trauma from the being bounced around like a Yahtzee dice inside the ship. I rolled 61 out of 50, so they just didn't quite make it.
Okay.
But they were we almost had them.
Well,
we're down to 41.
So we're down to 41. I
let me make a note.
I don't want to.
That's which does not kill us makes us stronger. But sadly for these people, they are dead.
Which is what you said after each one of them died, and people are just really stepping back from you. They're just like, as the head medical officer now, because the medical officer did not survive either. This is rough for the rest of the crew. The 41, they're like, I am not even gonna have a splinter with him. This is gonna be rough.
Their nutrition was subpar. They were not eating the proper. They were doing their own. They were not eating standard the standard products. So it's they had fundamental underlying health that I cannot address.
No vitamins.
They're doing one of those cleanses.
Yes, they were just eating hot sauce and lemon juice, and I don't know how you'd expect me to save you.
That's right. The medicine you gave them was made them highly allergic if they drank the hot sauce, and so they just exploded. They just pop like the cleanse. Yes.
Oh yes, it binds with the capsaicin and yes turns into ammonia, which is going to. Yes, okay, that was I should have seen that. I should have asked. Are you cleansing?
Now, Duncan, we have a replicator. I would like for you to make a replication roll -20.
You talking to me or are you talking to OK?
I'm sorry. Not Duncan. Jason. I'm sorry, Jason. If you're there.
Yes. I'm sorry. What did I miss?
You're making a roll. No one else knows about this except for you and Ambassador Stompy, but you're making this roll -20 for replication.
Oh, okay. And just two tens?
Yeah, for your star trekking -20.
Junk replication?
Oh dear. So I rolled an 84.
Oh my.
That doesn't sound good.
Probably not
So it's
going
my
to
star
work out
trekking is
well.
56.
So Ambassador Stompy
Yes.
pulled you aside and asked if you could possibly come up with something to to help him out. And so you basically rolled 105 with that.
Yeah.
Which you replicated him this sort of pointy, spiky thing, which he now uses, and it fools no one except for him. He's quite content with that.
So is it like it's like one of those watering nozzles that you can change the setting on to like do fan or jet or soak?
Well,
It's basically just an old-fashioned faucet with the two handles on it. It's like a bathtub faucet.
Well, Chandler's never seen human physiology and didn't bother to consult with Molotov, so he just
That's
kind of,
a good point.
So
He asked about plumbing. I thought he was talking about literal plumbing. I didn't realize.
right, yes,
Yeah.
like
There you go.
yeah, because this is
Not good with metaphors.
no, not at all.
Some poor communication on their part.
So he's not even listening anyway, so that's fine. So
Max is gonna have to come up with a drawing of that. That'd be pretty sweet.
I'm still catching up. He's just a torso now, or
No, he lost his Schwanz.
oh, it's just the Schwanz. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was impaled. The shrubbery there was so pointy in that arboretum.
Such a good thing to have on a starship. Let's put a bunch of stuff that's going to skewer you just laying around. That makes so much sense.
And to be honest, Lieutenant Mishi, who is just waking up from her slumber right now, as I've just gotten a text from her, she may be joining us later, but she feels horrible about some of these events. She's actually the ranking officer, but based on what Sard told Quisam Quad, and she's just a horticulturist. She is more than happy to sort of in these kind of battle time situations allow Qui to kind of be in command. So she has graciously stepped aside and is now in the world of NPC.
Not to demean horticulturists in any way. There's nothing wrong with being a horticulturist. If you're a horticulturist listening, we appreciate you.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's absolutely, and in fact, yeah, she will have value in a few minutes here. But as you are on this alien planet, and as you all assess the situation after a day or so, the situation is grave, Lieutenant, going by the book. So with everyone there, you guys get sort of the lay of the land, what's going on. The planet is sustainable for life. It is an oxygen nitrogen atmosphere. There is a degree of radiation in the background, which is going to be problematic for the people within a few months. It has also damaged the runabout as you guys were coming in through the atmosphere. It will not be spaceworthy. Also, there's a giant crack in the middle of it. So, I mean, in the windshield that you guys forgot to repair while you're on the ship. So, so the ship needs pergeum in order to function. Pergeum is a rare earth metal which exists deep underground.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Let me just give you kind of the laundry list of stuff that's going on here. Doing the calculations to return back to Federation space by the runabout, it would take about 12 months to return at this point in time. The runabout stripped to its core, as seen in the Galileo 7, where you take out the chairs and somehow you get a lot more space and weight restrictions, could take between 10 to 15 people tops for that 1 year trip. If you stay here, the possibility of getting rescued would be in 3 months, but that would require everyone getting resources together. It's like things are going to have to happen. Things are going to have to happen regardless here in order to survive. The ship has one replicator. The ship has one replicator. The water may also be suspect as well and may need to be filtered via the replicator as well. And the other option is to press forward to the end of the dragon's tail. So your supplies are 3 phasers, 2 tricorders, one of them being a medical tricorder, 9 escape pods in varying conditions, and the runabout. Crew morale is low right now. And so we find the 4 of you in a degree of a staff meeting away from the others, trying to figure out what would be the next plan of attack.
Okay. Well, any thoughts, folks, on anything? I mean, obviously trying to secure, water, food, shelter right now, but then of course coming up with a plan as to how we want to proceed. Let me ask you a question, Mike. As far as Dr. Molotov, I'm assuming has examined everyone, or he should anyway, to find out how can I say this? Who's survivable and who isn't. Granted that if we decide to take the runabout back, we're looking at 10 to 15 people. What about that? I guess is my of the 40. That 41 includes us. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. 41. So there would be, and the ambassador.
Right. So 36 or 36. Yeah. So I guess that's my question as far as what the doctor's assessment on everyone is, as far as maybe a yes, a no, or a maybe on
I assessed it in order to ensure the persistence of the species. Females must be selected for their sexual appeal.
Okay, Dr. Mengele, thanks for that.
Red and slaughtered.
Oh, that's a different doctor. Yes, it is difficult, and the simple math of the limitations with the runabout make me wonder if perhaps, my analysis has indicated that 11 of the survivors are likely will not be able to make the journey, or it is very risky for them.
Sure, and their conditions could degrade over a short period of time, perhaps.
Yes,
as well.
yes, they are not. They are requiring attention, and they're not in stable situation.
Well, then the follow-up question seems to be, if a rescue is coming in 3 months, do we know that that's coming?
There's no
has that word out, Mike, already?
I mean, standard Federation protocol, I think would dictate that like after 3 months, they would, send a rescue party. I mean, getting out communication past the atmosphere is difficult, on this runabout. So you're kind of on your own here at this point in time. You'd have to either hope for a rescue mission that would have to get past the Planet of the Nines and the Save Us planet and all these other planets. Not to mention, this thing's potentially
still
in orbit, yeah.
What I would like to do an analysis of well, we've looked at the ship. What if a small party of us continued on to the Triad star at the end of the Dragon's Tail? Is it possible that is it possible for us to make a trip there? I'm just curious. I don't know exactly what that may enable, but we may find other society, other resources there, because this planet, from our initial analysis, appears to be uninhabited. Is that correct?
The planet, well, no, there is plenty of marine biology. There's plant biology. I mean, you've seen nothing else beyond that. I mean, right now you're on this sort of island. I mean, as we went through this, this my janky
it's mostly this planet is mostly water.
Yes.
Pull
up that,
yeah. So with a sketchy planet rotation.
Right. Yes.
Do we believe there is a possibility of our leaving this planet, given the resources that we have, if we wish to continue to the end of the tail?
In order, well, let me see. I guess since you guys don't really have an engineer, one of the people who is an engineer informs you that the ship, the runabout, the Hibachi, the Hibachi Amaro is not space worthy unless the per diem is produced. So it is necessary to leave. So if you want to press on, yes, that would take about 3 to 4 weeks to get to that final, maybe less on the runabout's engines to get to that final, tri-system area.
So we need to search for the per diem, maybe somehow process it or do whatever to get it in the shuttle, and then it would be space worthy.
Correct.
And we're looking at 3 to 4 weeks to do that.
You to travel there, yes. Once you get the per diem, it shouldn't be that much of a process to inject it into the ship. So
I see to travel where the per diem is. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
No.
the next planet.
No, just right.
Right.
You get to that.
Yeah. Yes. You have some. Yeah, you have sensor readings of per diem here on the planet, on this planet.
Right.
But to travel to the next system would be, a couple weeks at best case scenario.
Right.
It seems to me that our best plan is to double check with the doc that if we have to leave half of the people here or more for a few months, that they'll be okay because of the radiation, and we should try to fix the shuttle, the runabout, and press forward to see what's coming. Because if there's going to be a rescue party coming, no matter what, moving forward to see if we can find something to help ourselves before then seems like the practical thing to do.
I would agree. I think if we decide to go to the end of the Dragon's Tail and leave a good deal of the crew here, obviously trying to give them a reliable food source, a reliable water source, either by partially scavenging stuff from the shuttle if that's doable, or coming up with some sort of tech to do that, because I don't want to leave them in the lurch. Obviously, we want to leave them, especially if a search party does not come. So I think get the per diem, try to get this shuttle up and running, try to get some sort of food source, water source on the planet. I don't know if we can. I know there's a radiation issue, but trying to harvest some sea life or something.
I can catch some fish, make some fish gelatin, fish stew. We can take that on the ship and eat that for many weeks on end.
exactly. Cook it up on the hibachi. You know,
Okay, I'm not able to hear you. Okay.
I was just about to interject that the replicator can be turned into a water filter. I was thinking about perhaps replicating for that number of people, whether we'd have the resources, but the water filter would be more important.
right.
Yeah, so you can either make it a replicator for a small amount of people or a water filtration system, if you make the roll with like some pluses to it, Jason.
Right.
No.
Because what I'm hoping we could do is harvest some equipment from the shuttle, so we can still use the replicator on the shuttle, but make a water filtration system that they can keep on the planet and produce water. And obviously that would probably involve a role from Jason, I guess. But
Oh, you don't want me to bring a bunch of fish stew on the ship and we leave the replicator behind?
I vote for that for sure.
I don't know if we need to taste Doc Molotov's fish stew. I don't know. It's
the stock from the bones really gives it a lot of extra.
yeah. What are you using for bait again? Well, you know, it's
That's
we
what
lost,
guys
we
who
just
didn't
lost
make
two, so
where were those graves again? Yeah.
That's what we're using.
Okay,
Was
so
that our plan?
yeah, you guys tell me. Yeah, is that the plan?
yeah, so we need to put a party together to find the peridium or
Or the per diem.
Per diem.
Per diem.
per diem.
we get a little bit every day.
Per diem.
Per diem, per diem.
Yeah, so we'll look for the mineral. Jason will work on a filtration unit for the planet. And while we're at it, we'll try to maybe using the replicator, try to repair any other issues with the hibachi. And Doc Molotov will continue to monitor the entire crew to try to help anyone who can be helped and monitor as to how many mouths we need to feed.
Yes, if there are, I believe. Tell me if I'm correct. I believe another person from the medical crew did survive, and perhaps if we leave them here with the medical tricorder, that would enable them to take care of those who are not able to travel. But we would be without medical tricorder. But this is a risk we are already taking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you could also, you could try to kind of give them some field medical operations as well. Kind of give them the medical tricorder. That's fine. This will take a few days, in order to get all this stuff going. So shelters will need to be constructed as well. And to be honest, the crew seems a little leery about all this. Some of the crew members, some of the ensigns are becoming despondent. Lieutenant Mishi does come up to you guys and she does say, I've been looking at some of these plants and flowers and they may be edible. I don't know if maybe Dr. Molotov had helped me, I might be able to find a temporary food source, but I'm not sure which is which. So
yes, let's try.
We don't have a biologist in our crew, do we? To identify.
Mishi is a horticulturalist.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And between the tricorder and horticulturalist, I believe we could probably identify which plants are most likely to be nutritious.
Sea life, like some prawns or something. Anyway.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so the who's giving the news to the crew about this?
Well, I'll probably make a speech if that's okay. I know since some of them are pretty good. I do have pep talk and rally the troops.
Yes, I was going to say.
So,
yeah,
pep talking is your thing.
Oh, my loving is 12, so if we want to pump them up, I can.
You take it, Doc Molotov. You take it.
So if we need anyone to not romance someone, we know who.
I know things look bad. I know you hate me. I know you blame me for the deaths of your friends, but listen to me now.
I'm taking the shuttle by myself and leaving you all here.
Well, because Creed was assigned to be in charge by the captain on the planet, and he should definitely deliver the speech.
All right. Well, I know things look bad, and they're not good. We're stranded on a planet. Our shuttlecraft is not in great shape, but we have lots of options for survival, short-term survival on this planet. and we have options to fix the shuttle. And we potentially have number of options to get home, although they may take a while and they'll be hard. So we are going to fix the shuttlecraft. We're going to build shelters. We're going to find potable water. We're going to find safe food to eat. We are going to take care of the sick and injured. And then we will make a determination as to who we'll care for the sick and injured, not take care of them. for wording on my voice. Take care. And we will get out of this and we will work together. If anyone has any concerns or questions, I ask you be open and honest and talk to any one of us. And we will address your concerns. We need to stay level-headed. We need to pull in the same direction. And any questions?
So
you want to roll, or should I roll?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm so glad he has a high pep talk score, because starting out his speech by saying, "I know things look bad," and they are.
So I use my loving or my star tracking for rally the troops. I made it either way. I rolled a 54 out of either 69 or 73. So
okay. I'll accept that. So they're like, wow, that was kind of a meandering speech, but God, that's how Klingons roll, man. I just, it's it kind of went south for a while, and I picked it back up, and I don't know if he was going to kill some of us, but then it was like, okay, I think we can do this. So, all right. So the crew is rallied by your speech. And with that, we have a little bit of a montage here, a little bit of a construction montage. Lieutenant Filk is in charge of creating shelters with his survival skills as security. So that's a Star Trekking role. Give you +10 for that because the crew is motivated. That's what you did, Duncan. You motivated the crew.
Oh, 15 out of 65. So easy.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. So
crushed. The shelters are going up everywhere. In fact, we've even made a couple that are specially just for some of the injured people. And we've put a big window in one for Doc Molotov, just because he looked like he needed a view. Yeah.
A bunch of special huts there for taking.
We had to use a lot of per diem to make that window. But
right. No, not the per diem.
We used up 4 per diems to make that window, but it was worth it.
Now, the point of order, per diem is actually an actual Star Trek mineral from Devil in the Dark. So I looked it up. So this was not a.
Follow-up question. Does that mean we had to deal with Horta?
No. The Horta GM is a mineral, a naturally causing mineral. It is deep underground, so you guys do not find it. You're going to have to construct some sort of sensing device or clear up some of that. So that will be something that will have to occur. Maybe I'm not quite sure if Kui will do that or not. But so Dr. Molotov will now work with Mishi and make a Star Trekking roll +10 to see if you guys can find edible plants and flowers.
Okay, this one has a bunch of spines and bright red berries, but I have a good feeling that if we peel that away, 46 out of 50, and then you said +10, so
yeah.
30.
Oh, this is great.
Quite tasty. You saute it with a little bit of olive oil, and that's very good.
The crew watch you and Mishi consume it for at least a day and a half to 2 days, knowing your track record. They're all very hungry, but they just stare at you.
It's like vegan foie gras.
Right. Yes. But eventually they start sampling it, and while it is not going to be, it's not going to last for months and months and months, because you guys are sort of in an island. It's not, it eventually it will run out. So it can't be like years and years. So.
Can I search for? Let's search for some sea life, perhaps some that could be gathered by hand, clams or bivalves, maybe the babies of the giant thing that destroyed our ship. Some sort of protein source.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely what we need. Some sort of
Okay. Yeah, since that is outside of both of your purviews, let's make it minus 25 because it's like a fishing kind of thing, or minus 20. All right. I mean, I don't know.
And then I grew up fishing. I do have skills with the
Right. Well,
Wait, do you have
also, Mike, I mean, do we have anybody else in the crew who might be some sort of a biologist or an ocean, or is there a chance that there's somebody living here who is, maybe has some skill that could help?
That's true.
Either
All
do it
right, all right.
themselves or
Tom
help
Sawyer, Huck Finn with a
Sure.
Yes.
Did an oceanographer survive?
Or, I mean, we are an exploration vessel, so it would make sense that we'd have a biologist or someone who specializes in life forms, whether they be land-based or whatever.
All right, you've all bullied me into this. Fine. Jesus, you guys. I mean, if you want to eat clams and prawns, I'll give it to you. It's
throw 'em on the babby. All right.
Face prawns.
all right. So Dr. Molotov, go ahead and make another roll to see if they are edible.
Okay. Yes, I found these things. They are sort of like thick-shelled, like little lobsters, but instead of claws, they have big spikes that they sort of shoot at you. But they taste very good, I think. We'll find out. 30 out of 50.
Okay, so they do
Nice.
taste good. Now, when you boil them, they do scream "nah," almost like
And
they're
they
saying
fire
no.
off their spikes. So
they
watch
shoot their
out, put
spikes
the lid
out,
on.
And people are horrified by this, but this also provides a secondary source of food here when you can catch them.
They scream "mommy" when you boil them.
Yeah. But that's just them boiling. It has nothing to do with them. So
So we have now food and shelter.
Water. We need to set up
Chandler
a,
doing on the
water.
water filtration.
Yeah, that I think I know whose job that is.
Jason, you're muted again.
Chandler, you're muted there.
Sorry, I just wanted to keep screaming cats out of our podcast. So I have to roll what now? Besides my
Star Trekking
Star
plus
Trekking
10.
plus 10.
Yeah, so you get plus 10 bonus. So
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Well,
Okay. So I'm
subtract 10
looking
from your
for
rolls.
66,
76.
42.
Nice.
Wow. All right. So this is quite the
This is working out well.
This is a great kind of like like training montage in the movie or something. It's like we got work to do, and then some cool,
Babe Baracus is like fitting a cabbage cannon onto the.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yes. And Matt Stompy Thompson, are you there? Nope. Okay. So you're convalescing in your makeshift room.
He can't sleep on his stomach, by the way, because of the thing that they made for him. He tries to roll over.
He's got to sleep on his side for sure.
It looks like a triangle when he tries to sleep on his stomach. Yeah, it's just because like his butt's sticking up.
I'm decidedly uncomfortable with this discussion.
Yes, yes. This is probably, and I'm hopefully Sadie's not listening to this either. This is not, preferably, mommy, daddy has a faucet.
Jason, are you holding a model of what you built for the dock?
No,
God.
this is actually the spiky. It shoots the spikes at you when you boil
Oh, all right.
Oh, our space prawns.
it. Space prawns.
Space prawns, yes,
Space prawns,
yes.
Yep.
Excellent.
Got to be very careful.
They've been nicknamed screamers and streamers because they
There you go.
scream and they stream out things at you. So
Mhm.
more gallows humor from the crew, but the crew in general after this montage is quite happy. You the four of you as the sun sets look out on this makeshift little town you've made here. That's right. Yeah, you all pose with your various drinks in hand and it's a
I
freeze
light up
frame.
my unfiltered cigarette laced with pergium.
You guys are really
I couldn't save them, but I will get beaten.
That's great.
these trace elements of pergium, which you guys are finding. You guys are just going through it far too quickly. You could have probably fixed the ship so much quicker, but it's just this kind of hubris.
Instead of smoking it.
Yes, instead of smoking the pergium. Was that pergium? What are you doing, Dr. Molotov?
No, it's menthol. There's no menthol, so I had to get something for flavor.
Are you shooting it up between your toes, Doc? What's wrong with you?
So with a good week's worth of work, you guys have all fixed this out here, and the next day you're going to be starting out on the array, which will help find the Pergeum. So good work. Montage over. The 4 of you, the 5 of you, all go to bed, and then
Well,
someone
we obviously at night we obviously set a watch because we don't know what we're dealing with. I'm assuming in the week we've been here, there hasn't been any issues at night. I'm assuming.
Correct.
Okay.
I would volunteer that Phil and the others, any other security guys, also round up some volunteers, and we have a watch pretty much constantly, right?
Yeah, even during the day certainly, but also especially at night, just in case.
Yeah.
All right. So Tony, make a Star Trekking roll on that. So as far as creating
66 out of 65. Nope.
Okay.
That didn't go so well.
We let one of the ensigns take the first night watch, and he fell asleep. Son of a bitch.
Yes. In the middle of the night, there is a blood-curdling scream that awakes all of you.
Oh, it's just a little screamy memes, probably.
so Molotov
Who's cooking?
Molotov sleeps through it, and the rest of you get up, or I don't know. What's the rest? So you hear a scream.
Well, we get up. A number of us have phasers, not all of us, I think. I can't remember who has a phaser and who does not.
I'll take a phaser. I'm pretty good with the phasers.
Yeah, I still have that spanner thing that I think that does 4x10, but I think who else? Anyway, we whatever weapons we have. I obviously don't have my bat lift because that got left on the ship, unfortunately. But
oh no.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But what are you gonna do?
Well, that's right. Yeah, and your coin, unfortunately, Dr. Molotov. I think your coin.
Stun coin.
Stun coin.
Oh.
Best coin ever.
We tried to get it on there, but they noticed it. So
I
have proposals. So I do have high variance D20.
Yeah.
Perhaps when I roll this, and I multiply by 5, and that's the number I get. So either very good or very bad.
Okay. You've been shying towards the very bad almost consistently. So perhaps
yes, I've been rolling my D100, and I think I don't know how, but it seems biased against me. It's not good in other games where you want to roll high, but this game is not very good. So
I don't know. All right, so we get up with whatever weapons that we have, and we try to run to where the scream is and try to find out what's going on.
Yes.
Okay. So you run to the area, and at the edge of the beach, you find one of your the security guards having been heavily slashed, near death. So he's still alive, but he's staring up at the 3 or 4 of you. Did you go, Molotov, or did you actually go back to sleep?
Yes, I will go.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm fine with that, but
the rest of us will examine him. You can stay put, Doc.
Any opportunity to use a phaser, I'm welcome.
Okay. So he's at the edge of the beach, with large slash marks across his chest, lying on the ground.
I will take the tricorder and go attempt to analyze what has happened to him.
This could only be good.
Talk to him.
Nothing bad could happen here.
Oh, is he dead?
No, he's alive.
Still alive. He's still alive.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't speak.
His eyes are open.
Let me use the computer.
Right, guys,
what happened to you?
Sorry, I did write down we have 3 phasers.
Yeah.
So why don't Tony, you take a phaser, Molotov, and okay, you guys each take 1 phaser. I'll keep the spanner, and we'll go from there. Just write them down and just make sure you have it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
Got it.
I'll ask Instant, you have been attacked. What has happened? Let me tend to your wounds.
So the ensign well, first of all, you tend to wounds first, and we'll see what you get. So
Okay, let's do high variance here. See what happens.
all right.
Oh, 95. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Good
Or-
grief.
It's good. You have your intestines are so long. Is this more for Vulcans to have so much intestine?
Kid, don't tell me you don't have two 10-sided dice. Please tell me. You just rolled it.
Working on a hunch, you continue to unspool this strange worm-like creature out of his body.
All right, I gotta talk
Oh,
to
so
this
it's
guy
an enormous
before he dies.
parasite.
All right, ignore that, kid. What happened?
Oh, it's too late, Duncan. It's you got to save first. So
Yeah. Let's do some detective work and try to look for like footprints in the sand. Or,
Yeah, can we do noticing rolls to see what we can find out?
yes.
yeah.
All right.
I like it.
Or ask anyone else what happened if they saw or heard anything. But
I rolled an 11 for my noticing out of 63. So Philk sees something.
Okay, Philk sees something. Philk notices a pair of footprints. Notices the ensign's footprints running up, but before that, a pair of footprints at the beach, and then something large and like webbed coming out of the beach, and then the footprints end with something being dragged back under the water.
so did they kill one and then drag somebody else?
Wait, are we
So it's like-
seeing this happening, or are you seeing evidence just in terms of
Just
track?
it's the prints,
Evidence.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but-
prints. Yeah.
Yeah, Phil did a noticing, and he noticed that there's a series of footprints.
Let's do a quick head count and see how many people were actually missing. So we summon everyone and we keep an eye on the water and do a count, because if I'm right, we're to be down one, well, down two, the dead guy on the beach plus whoever may have. So are we? Because we were at 41, now obviously we're at 40. And what is the count now? Is it 39?
The count is now 39. So
Okay.
among the dead are security ensign Peters, and missing is Lieutenant Mishi.
Oh no.
Oh,
Mishi had a habit of going out at night and looking for bioluminescent creatures. She was warned not to, but she's actually the commander of all of this. I mean, versus everyone else, and now
Might say she was a night owl.
she was a night owl. Yes.
Can we use our
Yes.
communicators to attempt to contact her or to ascertain her location?
Do we have communicators? I don't know if we
Sure.
do. We do. Oh, okay.
She does. You guys didn't, because when you guys were dragged out, but you can go ahead and let's see. So I would say, Kui, you have the most command skills. Along with the other people, make a star trekking roll to see if you can locate her. Just a straight up star trekking roll.
Okay. Ooh, 97 out of 69. No.
Okay, so everyone's communicators suddenly beep, 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 like you're locating them. So like, oh, I found her. She's on the island. Like, no, that's all of us.
Whoops. Well, I mean, this just happened. I go into the water.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I will cover Keith, son of Quad, with a phaser from the beach, but don't.
I go into the water where it looks like the body was dragged in. I wade in. I kind of dive in and see if I go in. I don't know, 10, 20 plus feet. Hold my breath, obviously, and dive in there and see if I can see anything, any signs of anything.
Okay, you do not.
Okay, I swim a little bit further. I go up, get some air.
how many turns do you get, Duncan? Jesus.
You still do not.
All right. I come out of the water and I didn't see anything.
We've already established that the tricorder doesn't work on this. We can't find if the life form is nearby, right? This creature.
You could try to do a scan.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
I will try to. I will scan for life forms that are not just edible kind. Oh, natural 20. Okay.
Okay.
100.
Okay. So again, so people's morale is going down because you're like, aha, it's you, and you try to like you try to throttle one of the ensigns, thinking that perhaps they're the killer.
Is it possible to use the runabout scanners and transporters to try and locate Lieutenant Michitrella?
I think that was it. I think that was the attempt.
Okay, that we just did.
All right.
Okay.
She's going to be bride of the swamp thing is what she's going to be.
It's like a secret of Innsmouth going on here.
Okay, well, that's not good. All right. So we need to stay clear of this beach. Are my orders. Because I think whatever was came out of the water, obviously. We need to double the watch during the day and during the night. And let's, all we can do is continue what we're doing, looking for the per diem and doing whatever repairs we can, filtering water, making food, until we can get this, the hibachi up and running.
So let me ask, I know you said we landed on an island. Behind the map I see, these sort of continent-sized islands. Does it make sense for us to move to somewhere that's not next to a beach where we're being stalked by creatures, but might be closer to Spergium somewhere, or we have hypotheses around that?
You guys are one of these smaller islands here. So if you wanted, I mean, the ship can't even take off until then. You guys could maybe start to raft if you wanted to. I mean, it's.
Well, that sounds safe. Well, let's go Polynesian here. Oh, I'll detect the currents. Be there by December.
Yeah.
I feel bad about just abandoning Michitrella, though.
I mean, what else? I mean, we tried to look for her in so many different ways, and obviously,
I don't know.
But she saved us last week.
Yeah, no, I get that, and I don't want to abandon her, but I mean, what else can we do? I mean, unless somebody else has ideas, I'm all ears, obviously, but
well, the other danger here is that unless we are able to deal with this, if this is a recurring event, it'd be very difficult for us to leave and people behind here without protection.
Yeah.
Sure. Right. Yeah. No, that makes things more complicated as well.
But perhaps if we can repair the runabout, then we could use it to transport people up to top of mountain or some bullshit like that. So then they then they don't have swamp
away
thing.
from the lake. Yeah.
Right. Well, again, as long as they have a water source that they can access, that's the other thing. I mean, if there's a stream or something up in a mountain, then that's great. Although trying to harvest food from the ocean that takes away some of our food source. So
Yes.
yeah. But
I
I don't think it's a bad idea. I personally think we should just keep an eye on the situation. It's just trying to relocate everybody with the runabout being where it is a little more complicated than that. So.
Okay.
So yeah, I say we double the watch and we continue our work, and we try to stay extra vigilant, and I don't know, hope for the best. I mean, Michi may not be dead. I mean, something else could have happened. We don't know at this point. It's not great, obviously.
No.
I
I was going to suggest we find some bait, set a trap.
Like Tony.
Tony's character looks like a worm sometimes. I mean,
Well, my first thought
we'd like you to put on.
my first thought was to use some of the creatures that we'd found, but that would take away our food supply, so that's not going to work.
Right.
If we take a closer look at the wounds, the original wounds, not any that I may have unintentionally created, what can I tell about the nature of this damage?
They appear,
marks, claws.
claw marks. Yeah, large claw marks. 3 claw marks across his chest.
It's like a webbed feet prints and claw marks. Some sort of giant space alligator.
Okay.
Claude Rains.
Claude Rains.
I don't know. Anyway. Didn't he play Frankenstein and the
Lon Chaney was Frankenstein, right? No.
Lon Chaney, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Claude Rains was the Wolfman.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. See, I have all those guys mixed up. Yeah.
And Jack Stewart did the makeup. I know that because I did a special effects show at Universal.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, and who was the creature from the Black Cloud? What's the plan?
I like this idea of trying to set a trap for the creature.
Mm-hmm.
It feels more proactive.
So the rest.
I'm just thinking, well, maybe if it swallowed Mishy whole, maybe there's a chance we could save her.
Like Jonah and the whale.
Yeah, exactly.
Or capture it and try and interrogate it. Maybe it could be.
Yeah, if it is conscious and communicates at some sort, and we can, or we could follow it back to where its base is or its nest.
Right. No, I actually think that's a good idea. Leaving somebody on the beach overnight and the rest of us sort of hiding in the bushes near the beach with our phasers ready. And
there's a red shirt somewhere.
And see what happens.
Philk volunteers to be the bait.
Oh,
100%.
Wow.
I was kidding, Tony, but if you're willing, yeah.
That is brave.
Can we try to adjust modify the runabout scanners to specifically search underwater? Maybe that's part of what was throwing it off before, to try to make one more scan to see if we can have any kind of insight into where Mishy may be.
Sure.
That would be either Doc or Chandler, because Queen and I.
Chandler are probably better at this.
Maybe
somebody else on the planet who might be more fitted to do that kind of scan.
The oceanographer. You guys are really just
oceanographer.
Isn't there a 6th grade science teacher that was on here for the kids?
So if I was to do a scan, what am I using? My Star Trek?
Or something.
Star Trekking, probably, yeah.
Okay, I'm using Star Trekking. It's a straight up roll for Star Trekking here.
I'll give you a straight up roll on that.
39 out of 56.
Woo! Well done.
All right, so you did it.
Yes. We've located Mishy.
So you're able to get a GPS lock on her. She's about like 2 to 3 kilometers off of she is alive from the bioscans, and about 2 to 3 kilometers. But she's in the water, yes. But you can't.
This isn't that stupid water people from Phantom Menace.
I was just gonna say yes.
I hated those guys.
The Gungans.
Jar Jar Binks. What were
their underground city or whatever. Yeah.
Boss Nass.
There you go. Well, shoot. Well, how do we get to her then? Can we make a submarine and get down there or something?
Yeah, a crew member who can probably do that.
Well,
we have the Submariner, right? We have a Submariner on this.
Yes, of course you do.
Namor
with little wings on his ankles so he can fly. Yeah, that makes sense.
I suppose. I mean, I guess if you wanted to try to recondition the shuttle to go or the runabout, or if you wanted to build a raft or
one of the escape pods.
Here I got
Can we make a raft out of Pergium?
Yes, please. Let's do that. Pergium and dead ensigns' bodies and.
All right. Well, what about this? Can we fashion some sort of an aqualung? So somebody can go down there and see if they can find her.
So basically like an oxygen tank of sorts.
Yeah, some sort of a breathing apparatus.
Right. So you don't have to have a ship necessarily. You could just go, and be vulnerable, but breathe.
We have. What's the deal with these escape pods? Like, escape pods are like things flying around outer space.
9 of them. We have nine of these escape pods.
Yeah, that's what I said. We should use an escape pod for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so why didn't we listen to Tony?
Fabricate an escape pod to go in the water. It doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to hold water for a long time, but just long enough to try to
hold
locate
water
it.
for a long time. I'll guarantee you that.
Or keep water out. Sorry.
Right. we did it, Lieutenant. It can hold as much water as it can hold. Right? Is that what you wanted? Wait, hold on. Wait. No,
what if we use an aqua lung inside the escape pod full of water? Just to protect us, like Jurassic Park, little bubbles.
Yeah, can we try to do that? Can we fabricate or sort of?
So what is so explain to me. So we've got aqua lungs, we've got escape pods. Give me the full idea here. This is, are we lashing
the idea is
together?
to take an escape pod and adapt it for going in the water, and maybe going out there and trying to find her again. She's obviously still alive, so there's some sort of an oxygen shortage, because she'd be drowned by now if that was the case, obviously. So the idea is to try to adapt the pod to go in the water and go out there and try to at least locate her, if not rescue her.
Okay.
Is there any? How far out is she? If we look out, are there any islands out there that she might be on, or it looks like she's under the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's in some sort of
2 miles
underwater,
away.
some sort of dome or something underwater.
The oceanographer says that the signal's probably underwater. This guy is super helpful right now. This is
Right? This guy needs to be permanent member.
I love that, Mike sees that there's an oceanographer, but he makes him extremely unhelpful.
I've yielded so much on this. I'm like, okay, prawns, sure. I guess I could, do what now, we're
Mike's done being helpful. I'm done.
How many?
I'm allowing all this. I'm Supreme Courting it. Yes, I'm 5-4 ruling. Yes.
How many people does a pod carry, and how many? And now, one person. Is it possible to use multiple pods? Could the pods just work underwater normally without doing a bunch of work?
It would require some. You have 9 of them. So if you want to start like trying to strip them and turn them into little underwater, the escape pods I'm thinking about are basically the ones from Star Trek Beyond, where they're just like these single-use kind of almost like torpedo-like things. Right. I wouldn't necessarily like vouch for them going deep under the sea, but they could, single person kind of submersible crafts. It would take some rolls, to make it work. But well, I'd be okay with that.
Let's try to get our most engineering people we have, which I don't know if that is what we have, Mike, jerk. Let's try to take 2 or 3 of these and see if we can convert them to at least run in the water, underwater. Oh no, here he is.
Before we jump into that, can I talk to the crew for a moment and ask, is this our best plan of action? What other things? Right now, we're just talking about trying to get to her underwater with a submersible. Or are there? We've abandoned trying to capture the creature. We're not fixing the runabout right now. Have we tried the runabout's transporters since we used the scanners and they worked?
Good point. I thought about maybe transporting underwater. Is that possible?
Well, if we know that she's in
to her location,
she's in an oxygen location. Maybe we transport a couple people there just to her location and risk it
with aqua lungs.
With aqua lungs.
So let's see.
I don't know. Doc, Chandler, what are you thinking, Quee?
If we can use the transporters to bring her back, then that seems like obviously the most straightforward.
I was just suggesting sending one of us or 2 of us there, but to see what's going on. I think that's
this. You can't get a solid lock on her.
Right. That's what I figured.
You know where she is, but you can't get a solid enough lock to beam her out. It's plus you might be beaming water, and like you could beam the water in her body, and
yes, that's true.
And it's pretty risky to just guess that she might be in an oxygen atmosphere and try and beam a couple of us there. Right. But risk.
is our business.
is our business.
This is our business.
So the quantum physicist there who assesses risk multiple universes says it's probably a 50-50. Like either your underwater escape pods or the beaming is going to be, is going to be probably like the same amount. You're probably going to have to make a couple things have to happen, but yes, it is definitely possible.
The pods are definitely a safer route. I feel like there's more risk, despite what the scientists just told us.
Right.
With
I think
the
so.
beaming, we can maybe use phasers. With the pods, it will be difficult probably to do that. I assume the pods don't have any weapons or anything.
No.
Yeah, because the challenge is once we get there, like if we beam in and we're just stuck with her, but we have phasers and we can help, versus if we take the pods, can we get in and out of them? Do we have, we have to take, each of us have our own pod and we bring an extra one for her? Like,
And the pods all form into a giant robot. and pull us.
Right, yes. Aquatron. I'll form the head.
form of.
I'll form the head.
Well,
Let's
what
pick
I'm
one.
thinking is taking one pod and going down and at least seeing what we're dealing with. And then we may have more information. I mean, someone may go down the pod and say, okay, it's an underground dome or whatever. And then at least maybe even be able to locate where she is, and then we can go from there.
Somebody's
I like
got to
this
be our
plan.
explorer.
Some
Yeah.
reconnaissance.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do it.
So yeah, let's grab our more engineered crew members in mind, and let's work on adapting a pod, or maybe more than one pod, to be able to run hopefully somewhat safely underwater, and then try to send somebody out or multiple people out to see what's what, and then we'll go from there.
If we
The transporting idea just seems a little far-fetched to me, but what do you think, Kit?
I'm not a transporter mechanic, so I'm not an expert in these systems. But if we were able to transport people with some kind of makeshift breathing apparatus to the location, and then transport them back, or have some sort of lock, hopefully it would potentially, there's a quick in and out possibility there. I just worry that if I suspect the time is of the essence, but it may not be.
No, that's what I was just thinking. So, I mean, fabricating a couple of aqualungs, transporting a small crew there with an extra aqualung, perhaps being able to free Mishi, get the aqualung, and if you can't transfer it out, at least maybe get out of there and get to the surface and swim back.
One of my special skills is life support.
Oh.
And so
Is it really?
Yes, it's one of
geez.
3D,
That's
3D
right.
chess, gambling, alien psychology, and life support.
Oh God! All right.
The Renaissance.
This could be a scenario where all of those come into play.
Yes, exactly. So I'm in Ender's Game and I'm flying through the streets. But yeah, so if there's any spacesuits or modified, life support systems from the ship, I could work to convert those into something that could be worn underwater in a simple way.
Yes, I will sanctify the aqualungs for all of you and for Mishi based on that. That's completely viable. Yeah. So
all right,
let's do it.
And do we have anyone who is better at working the transporters than the four of us?
There was that guy who was on the ship.
Transporter operator make it off the ship.
No, he was. Remember, he got all killed by the shard thing. Yeah,
Right. Well, I mean, there's got to be somebody else who's like somewhat trained in the transporter. I mean, we saved over half the crew.
Lieutenant Peters was working on it, but
I think we just tell the computer to do it and take our chances.
Yeah.
All right. So you do find there is someone in engineering who can handle this.
All right.
Self-timer.
All right.
Self-timer.
Yeah.
All right. So are the four of you going? Is this correct?
Well, I
Yes.
mean, we're not going to send anybody else, are we?
Just keep more and more of them
And in the
down.
red shirts.
Yep.
Right, those are, Kirk always went down with the away party. Why not? You know.
Keep beaming the crew into this underwater thing.
We're beaming you to safety. We're beaming you. Don't tell them. You know.
We're creating an underwater mountain of bodies we can stand on.
Right. Yes. As you look out like 2 to 3 kilometers away. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
cresting.
Working.
All right. So the 4 of you get into the runabout transporter. I think it only has like 2 pads. So you're all clutching onto each other. Sort of a hug. It's the transporter hug.
Our molecules all get molded together.
Right.
Oh, wow.
2 weeks.
Form 1 super second lieutenant.
Yeah. Right. My first lieutenant out of that. Or a 4th. I don't know. What happened? I don't know. What happens? It's
1/2 lieutenant.
Yes.
Math person.
All right. So with one of the ensigns, a couple of the ensigns looking on, or I should say a couple of the scientists looking on quite nervously. Let's see. They say, well, one of you guys has to say it.
Energize.
There is a hum, a crackle, and a pop from the transporter. Everything fades to black.
Mm.
And then it fades to white. That's the end of the episode. That's the end of your lives. You've all did. No, I'm kidding. No,
We all died.
everyone, thanks so much for listening and watching. This has been the podcast. And all beamed into a rock. And know with that, you suddenly find yourself in an underwater dome, Duncan.
Oh.
Jesus, it took us a long time to get here, didn't it?
Jesus, yeah. In an underwater dome. You are beaming, you're suddenly finding yourself materialized right around here in this underwater dome, in this giant underwater dome. And all around you are strange creatures. Strange amphibian-like creatures.
Any sign of Lieutenant Michitrella?
Should we do noticing?
Yeah, I'll do a noticing.
Okay.
I do not notice her.
0-0. I have no idea where I am.
I have 42 out of 77.
I had a 17 out of 63. So yeah.
Tony and I noticed something.
Okay, so Duncan is temporarily blinded. You rolled a 00, Duncan?
I sure did.
All right, so you are now blinded. I'll tell you when you can see again, but
Transporter error.
There's been a
transporter sickness.
So the other ones notice her right by this large crystal jutting out of the ground, which looks strangely familiar. One of you notices her.
Ooh.
The other person notices exactly what it is. Do I need to tell you what it is?
She was impaled by a crystal, right? Up in the last adventure.
Pergeum?
It is Pergeum, yeah.
Oh, it's Pergeum. Okay.
Yeah. It's a good guess, though, Jason. Yeah.
Yeah.
But instantly, all these creatures turn to you and draw out like weird, like 5-point tridents and rush and surround you.
Tridents were a nice touch.
Nice. Thank you. 5-pointer tridents. Yeah. Now that's different, isn't it?
That's alien.
That's super alien.
4.5-point trident.
So Lieutenant Michi's like, no, stop, don't hurt them. And at this point in time, one of the more regal creatures walks up to you and approaches you all and looks at you.
Ooh. Yes.
And if you're not watching on video now, you absolutely need to be watching.
Yeah. Pivot to video quickly.
This strange creature wonders why are there so many songs about rainbows.
It's fantastic.
So the creature, let me get his name real quick. He says, he puts up his hand and he stops the other creatures.
Hi ho.
Hi ho. I am Regent Shav Sletter of the Tidal Assembly. Who are you?
I vote we let Quee speak. He's the he's a leader.
All right, well, I can't see anything. It's like, who said that?
Oh yeah. Filk steps in front of the blinded Klingon and volunteers to
I'm
speak.
just an old blind Klingon.
We are from the starship Somerville. We've crash landed on your planet. Why have you taken our crewmate?
Taken? You have taken from us. You have taken our creatures from the water. You have consumed them. This is against the Tidal Assembly. You are an egregious transgression of our rules and mores. If only you hadn't consumed those creatures from the water. If only.
He's not going to let go of the fact we made him give us prawns.
Our children.
We apologize. We had no idea that's our way. We did not mean to offend you in any way. How can we make up for this transgression? We come in peace as explorers. We would love to become friends with you.
Make a loving roll on that.
Oh Jesus!
Wait, loving, come on.
My loving is worse than Molotov.
Well, I mean, not to fall in love, but to like it's a good speech.
Extending goodwill.
Yeah, no, that crashed and burned horribly.
Oh,
there shall be no peace between the
wow
surface dwellers. But suddenly goes a call. Wait, Father, wait.
Daughters fall in love with you, Tony.
Folks got that gleam in his eye.
Another creature steps forward. Oh, hold on.
Nope.
Wait, Father, we should listen to them. My daughter is not getting a lot of resolution out of this.
Maybe if the daughter went forward a little bit. No.
There we are.
Oh, there we are.
Better.
Oh, wow.
So she being another member of the creature moves forward, says, please, Father, don't kill them. At least don't kill them. We must broker peace. I am Dia Bethan. What is it you propose from us?
All right, since I have sweet talk,
Yes.
even though I'm blind, I have a pretty good loving too. I say, listen, we mean no harm. We crash landed on this planet. We're merely trying to survive and leave this planet as soon as possible. We mean no harm. We want peace with you.
Get their per diem, Duncan.
Wait, can you guys hear this romance music or not?
No.
Let me turn it up. See if it's coming through.
Yeah, a little bit now.
There it is.
Okay.
Your daughter is wise and beautiful, and you should listen to your daughter. I got a 71 out of 73. I just made it.
Wow. Oh. So she's intrigued by this and so she turns to her father. And she says, Father, perhaps the trial of the four shores is appropriate.
Oh.
And the full regent, Shav Sletter, says, yes, perhaps the trial indeed. Interlopers, surface dwellers, are you willing to take on the trial of four shores? If it is what you
Sure.
seek.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We wish to make amends and for our friend who is innocent to be released.
Very good. This has never been done before, but we will, each of you must stand a trial by combat, a trial of the four shores to get what you wish.
Dear.
State each one of your wishes. Anyone?
I'm sorry, state one of our wishes.
Wishes in terms of combat?
What is it that you wish of us? Oh,
We wish to get our compatriot back and go back to the shore and try to get off this planet.
And we wish for a supply of your per diem.
Yes, that's exactly what.
And we wish
Yeah,
for
oh, yeah,
peace.
that's-
We wish for peace between our peoples.
I see. Very well. Each of you must face one of these trials by combat, the trial of the four shores. And if you succeed at these, or perhaps a ratio which is acceptable to us, then, then and only then will we grant 1 to 4 of these wishes. So the first one is, let me see, let me pull it up here. What is the first one? The first one is the trial of the current. Who is smart enough amongst you to put up to solve the trial of the current?
Is that like a current, like a berries, or like a water?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I would assume it would be water, but
And Lieutenant Mishi says, no, it's not berry oriented. I've asked about this in the past. It's logic based. It's puzzle based. It's not like a berry. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate it. Very insightful.
All right, well, puzzle and gaming, that sounds like that may be down Molotov's alley there.
Yes, I would willingly take on this challenge. Though if you have something where you want me to shoot someone to kill them, I'll also do that. But if it is more about puzzling, yes, I would be happy to attempt.
Very well. Then assemble. Let me see, what am I assembling here? So Kit, you are going to have to share your screen in a second here. I'm going to be sending you something.
Oh my.
Then bring forth the ceremonial obelisks and constructs. Hold on. This is all getting.
Mike, you need to nod your head a lot like Kermit does. It's just not the same.
Well, it's when he's in agreement of stuff. When he's not, then no way. All right, Doc Molotov. I have now sent you the ceremonial machinations, and you must complete.
Oh, goodness, hang on. Oh, no, not these. This is a torture they used by the GRU. But
Yes.
I will do my best.
So I've sent him this tangram, and you must fulfill the crown of the ocean right here. This one that looks like it says cake.
Oh, okay. Good.
You have-
We're on basic. Okay.
You have 3 minutes to do this.
Wait. So which one? What am I supposed to make?
The one
the
called
right one.
cake.
Oh, cake.
Cake.
That's Crown of Ocean. Okay.
Crown of the ocean.
Great.
Give him 3 of your Earth
it just
minutes.
happens to look like a cake.
Let's do stuff. Okay.
She
Can
says-
these rotate? Oh, yes, they do rotate.
They do rotate, yes.
Okay, good to know.
Can
Now,
I-
before you start, Dio sidles up to you and she says, I will tell you this. Do you need assistance?
Sure.
The green one is indeed the tip of the crown.
Oh, okay. I'll start there.
Molotov.
Thanks for the tip.
Molotov.
All right, now, can you share screen so we can see?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was sharing already. As is
will stop the
Zoom
share.
life. I was convinced I was already sharing. Okay,
right.
so here we go.
All right, ready?
Crowned. Yes.
And then, all right. Press the word cake there.
Oh, cake.
That's great, yeah,
Oh,
yes.
look at that. This is high technology.
And then a large ceremonial clamshell is gonged.
Ooh, what are we going to do here? Okay.
I think, yeah, those,
No,
the pink and the blue, I think are the corner ones. There you go. Yeah.
Silence!
Is this
Sorry.
The crest must be completed by only one.
The full regent will crush you.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I think that's it.
Now we're talking.
Oh,
No. Oh, shoot.
This is Tricky Minx.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, Tricky Minx.
Boom. 1 minute has gone by.
Molotov.
Music.
Molotov.
Ooh.
Tridents get closer. Oh.
I like that, bitches. It's much
You have done it. My God.
The crown of the ocean.
The crown of the ocean has been completed. And my God, the amount of
Nice.
tabs you have open, Kit, as an aside.
Oh, this is only a small subset of my tabs. I have another 200.
Grouped tabs.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, there are
tabs
group
on
tabs now on Google. I don't know if you know that. So
Allow me to-
he already is using group tabs.
oh God, oh dear
There's
God.
so many of them. Yeah.
Other things. Let's see what else I have.
Wow.
Yes, no, that's something else.
Oh, run of show. I want to see what that is.
Oh yes, fight. Yeah, so I have these many tabs of.
Oh, very
Oh,
good.
look at this.
all filled with many
Yes.
things.
Growth fund. Oh my God. Well, we probably shouldn't show all this in case.
Oh yeah,
someone's
sorry.
watching.
This is a proprietary business thing.
Bitcoin. Oh no, the keys. All right, so the full regent, Shav Slater is like, impressive, surface dweller. You actually complete in a way we did not anticipate.
Do I get to wear the crown?
Yes, you may wear the crown of the crest of the crown or whatever it was called. We have limited short-term
Heart of the
memory.
ocean.
All right,
Heart of the
so
ocean.
the next challenge is the Greyfalla Racing.
Moving right along.
We are moving right along. I sense mockery amongst you. We shall do Greyfalla Racing. Who amongst you do you believe can race on these Greyfalla? He points. Let me see. Do we have the map? So he points to another area. And there seems to be three different squid-like creatures bobbing up and down. Who amongst you will do Greyfalla Racing?
I'm sorry, is he saying racing? We're like racing something?
Yes.
Well, I think moving points, are we riding something? Are we running or swimming or?
Yes, you will race against one of our champions in a race around a track.
Oh, well, somebody with the best movement would be that. I think, Tony, you have 9, don't you?
I'm moving is 9, but
Oh,
Yes.
very good.
are we using moving? That should be an important question to ask.
I could, yes.
If that is, yes.
There is moving and yes.
All right,
Perfect.
Tony, you're
I volunteer.
All right. So with that, bring them to the Greyfalla track. Let's go to the Greyfalla track. All right. So many tracks to get to, but the Greyfall track is the
Seems like
one.
a long walk.
Well, you got to go down there. So someone strikes another ceremonial clam, and you are brought wrong to the Greyfall track.
Oh,
Wow.
There are 3 different Greyfallas there. There is a green one, a red one, and a purple one. So let me just, so Dia also sidles up to you and she says, let me give you another tip if you want it. Each one of these Greyfallas is has different capabilities. The green is nimble and can jump over the rapids more easily. The purple is large and slow, but can take the shortcut through the wall. And the red is fast and has a more difficult time getting through the wall or through the rapids, but can move much quicker through each segment. Let me show you this. Back to that.
Do you get that all, Tony?
Yes, I did.
So, which one will you pick, Tony?
Oh my gosh. Team, what sounds best based on this? The nimble, the purple will do the wall, can get through the wall.
The last one is just overall faster, if I'm not mistaken.
I think for the red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, they each, I mean, to get through, I imagine getting through that rapids is going to be difficult. So maybe the one that gets you through the rapids faster, because it looks like the rapids is sort of like,
Is that the green
the
one?
rapids looks like it's sort of an obstacle course or something like that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Was that the green one that did the rapids?
Yes, the
Faster?
green one does the rapids, the red one is the fastest, and the purple one is the slowest but the strongest.
I have a question. Is it in racing? Is this a combat race where you can attack the others, or is it only a no contact race?
This one is wise. He wears the crown of wisdom. There is a while the riders cannot do it, there is the Lipper Kai who stands to the side and is able to influence the race with the Lipper Kai machine. So that is a separate person.
Oh.
Whoa.
So you must choose a Lipper Kai as well.
And what does the Lipper Kai do?
What are you reading?
Lieutenant Michigan. My understanding is that the Lipper Kai is able to assist the racers in ways, either by inhibiting or facilitating their racing abilities. But that's all I know. That and currents, obviously.
Right. I would. So, Tony, I say you take the fastest one, and so is one of us.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to take the red one then, and and I'll hope that the Lipper Kai will assist me during this race.
Okay, so you're taking the red one?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and per the tournament rules, you may also pick your opponent's steed. The nimble one or the strong one?
My opponent will take the strong one.
Okay. All right, and now you must choose a Lipper Kai.
What skills does the Lipper Kai need before I choose my teammate?
The Lipper Kai is a weapon which must be fired. So great skill and aim is always important.
Oh, who's got the highest phasering, y'all?
50.
I have 25.
I have 30.
Doc Molotov, will you be my Lipper Kai?
I will. It would be my pleasure.
Very well. Then let the Greyfall race begin. So, Tony, Filk, you mount your Lipper Kai.
Yes, I do.
Wait, it's Greyfella.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Great Falla. Sorry, thank you.
Hey,
I
Doc,
just imagined him mounting a leprechaun. I was like, whoa, what do we?
no,
going on
I
here?
like what he said first, Doc. You leave it alone.
Get off my gun.
You don't know, Philk.
Your opponent mounts his large purple squid-like creature, glares at you, says something in this race's language that you don't understand, but it seems to be some sort of insult.
I respond with yippee-ki-yay, mother.
All right, roll a loving on that.
Nope.
Okay, he cackles. Ha, ha, ha. All right, and so a large clamshell is gonged and the race starts. So the way this is working, Tony, is that you're going to use your 8-sided dice. We're going to take turns here.
Okay.
Since you have the higher movement, you get to roll first. He rolls a 4-sided dice for movement, and then you're just going to kind of like shoot some ladders down this thing, and you can either choose to go through the wall or however you want to do it, and then we can have the leprechaun move with this. So go ahead and roll your 8-sided die and see how many squares you move.
4.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're right here. So who has a 4-sided die? Who wants to roll that for me? Because I don't have one right now.
I got one.
Okay.
All right. 3.
Okay, so we'll have to keep track of this too. So the leprechaun is right there. So, I'm sorry. So the gray fella opponent is right there. All right, leprechaun. Here are your options right now. You can. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up without giving away too much. All right. So can you guys see this now? What this?
Yes.
All right. So the leprechaun can fire at the wall. Coming up here. You can fire at the wall and destroy it, giving him a better chance of going to the wall. You can fire at the rapids, giving him a better chance of firing the rapids. You can fire at the Great Falla opponent and give him less chance of moving forward. Or you can fire at the other leprechaun and knock him out of the game.
Ooh.
Okay, and so what does the +2? That means that my Philk would move ahead 2, or what does the plus and minus mean?
So the plus and minus. Yeah, I'm giving away all sorts of stuff here. Oh, look at that. So I'll just give this. This is the game right here, guys. This is the game. Let's just get to the game. So this is the movements. So the purple moves 1 through 4. Red moves 1 through 6. When you hit the wall, if he chooses to go through the wall, he's going to have to roll an 8 in order to burst through the wall. Tony would have to.
I see.
If you fire at the wall, you give him a +2. So it would be 6, 7, 8 to roll on an 8-sided dice.
Okay.
If you're going through the rapids and he fires at it, he gets a +2. So then you have to roll 5, 6, 7, 8 in order to transverse the rapids. Otherwise, you're stuck there. I know this has become a giant game of Candyland, but this is pod racing, you guys.
Right.
And then if you shoot the rider,
this is very intricate. I'm so impressed with how much thought you put into this.
Yes, this is quite in depth.
You know. And then if you shoot at the rider, you take away 2 from their roll. So whatever he moves, it's -2. So he could literally be stuck in place.
Well, and the question, as my leprechaun and I work together, since I'm on the red.
You're on the fastest, yes.
I'm on the fast one. So the question is, do I go the long way because I can go faster and try and avoid the challenges?
You still have to face the rapids if you take the long way.
One way or another, you still have to face the rapids, but you won't have to go through the wall
right?
to go through the rapids. I say, Kit, you take a shot at the rider and let Tony go as fast as he can. That's my vote. I don't, I can't see at this point. So
on the map, is that correct? That if I go the long way, I still have to go through the rapids?
Everyone has to go through the rapids no matter what. So
got it.
Getting through the wall, I mean, gives, obviously cuts through all this stuff, but even he will have to go through the rapids. So
yeah.
So your choice, Doc, whatever you want to shoot at.
And
Then
so
I'll-
going over the wall requires its own roll, and your movement is, you don't, like if you roll 8, you don't get over the wall and move 8, you just get over the wall. Is that right?
I would say, I don't know. I think, well, here's what I would say, since you go
Well,
directly
we
to the
can-
rapids. Go ahead, Duncan. What were you going to say?
No, well, if he can roll an 8 and get over the wall, I think he should be allowed his normal movement. But then he'll have to face the rapids, obviously.
And then I'd give you a second roll of that. How about that? So
Sure.
if you roll a critical roll as far as what your dice roll is, I guess that would be significant enough. So if he rolls an 8, gets to the wall, and then I'll let him roll again.
If he shoots at the wall, then, so no matter what, I have to roll a 6, 7, or 8 to get over the wall?
Yes. To break through the wall. So yeah.
And do I get another bonus if Doc shoots at it, or is that my bonus?
That would be your bonus.
Ooh,
I think, let me see. I think, yeah, for you, the wall, because you're the fastest. Yours is like a straight up 8 out of D8. So
Yeah. So I have
think
very
it's
little chance of making it over the wall.
It may make sense for you to just try to run around, because the number of steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you rolled an 8 and went a long
If
way,
you slow down the other guy, I can just try and speed through the long version of the course.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the best option.
I like
Shoot
that
at the
plan.
window.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to inhibit the other rider then.
okay. So that's a straight up phase ring roll.
Okay. I missed 79.
Okay. So it flies in effectively. And the other Lipper Kai like laughs at you. Ha ha, land dwellers, am I right?
Oh yes, you are. Wait, why am I agreeing?
All right, so Tony, go ahead and roll another 8-sided die.
Oh, 8.
8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so you're in the rapids.
Not the same. Okay.
So who rolled the 1 through 4 again for this guy?
I did.
Okay, so go ahead and roll it again.
4, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Lipper Kai has to roll too. So he's shooting at the wall.
Oh, okay.
But he missed the wall. Okay. And so what did you roll, Duncan?
4.
1, 2, 3. So, okay. So on that, let's see, where? So he bursts through the wall on a 2 through 4. So, Dunk, go ahead and roll another 4-sided dice again.
Come on, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 4. Damn it.
Duncan.
All right. So you guys
Sorry.
are both in the rapids now. So I'll give the Lipper Kai another chance here.
Okay, what can I do to help?
All right. So now you guys are in the rapids. He needs to roll a 4 to escape. You need to roll a 7 or 8. If you shoot at the rocks, you get a +2. If you shoot at the rider, I don't know if you can shoot the rider in this one. I don't know. So if you shoot the Lipper Kai, he's out of the game.
Okay, and if I shoot at the rocks, that gives +2 to Phil's roll to make it through the rapids.
Correct.
So he still needs to roll a 7 or better if you shoot the rocks.
Well, he needs to roll 5 or better.
I think.
I'm sorry, sorry,
I'd
5
say
or better.
if you hit the rider, then maybe you stall his turn. I would say maybe that's appropriate because there's no way he could roll anything. He couldn't roll that. Well, no, I guess he could roll. No, he couldn't. There's no way he could get out. So I don't know if that's fair or not, but it's pod racing. So
let me try. I will try to help Philk. So I'll shoot the rocks.
Okay.
To get them out of Philk's way. 63, no help.
No.
His Lipper Kai is very important. None of us have done anything yet.
All right. So the other Lipper Kai aims at the rapids. Oh, wait. Let me see. And he misses as well. Boy, these Lipper Kais, man, they are just
Sea dwellers.
Rocco Flacco Blacco. Yeah. You could see how angry I am with my eyes.
Oh.
All right, so Tony, to escape, you need to roll a 7 or 8 from these rapids.
Oh my God! Come on. What?
You don't have any more stories left, do you?
I do. The only one I have, though, Duncan stole because I haven't left over from when I sent you my backstory is the fact that Filk was duplicated in a transporter accident.
What?
And has a twin somewhere that has disappeared.
Oh.
I was going to change it because Duncan decided he's got an evil twin. So,
hey, I'll accept that.
Quite a reveal.
Oh yeah.
Let's give you +2 on that. So.
Oh yes.
4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, here we go. 7.
Yeah.
All right. So does that should we just add that up and make it like you cross the finish line with that dramatic story? I don't know. Let's.
Yeah.
5. All right. So 1,
And
2,
as he crosses the finish line, he looks up in the audience and he thinks he sees himself.
Be my twin. Filk too.
So Filk, by digging deep into himself and learning about himself, not being himself, has learned something.
Me all along.
Yes. All right. So 2 down. Jesus.
Jesus.
Most impressive land dwellers, but there's still 2 more to go. Perhaps I don't know. Let's see. What can we do on it? Let's see.
That one kind of got away from you, didn't it?
The challenge of the green tea ceremony.
Let's see. We still have the who amongst you will do the grotto? Who is going to do the grotto?
Do we know what the grotto entails? So we can maybe
He points to the center, this deep well.
Jurgen.
I'm into it. I'm into the grotto, guys.
Yes.
All right. Dia walks up to you guys and says, "This is all about holding your breath."
Wait, who? Wait, I see.
Wait, hang on. We see the king still.
I see the king talking.
Yeah. Well, Jesus. Yeah. Let's get Dia here. Hold on.
Gonna maximize value here.
let's
Put the money on the screen.
So would it be like a health point roll to hold your breath? Would that be would it be maybe?
You need to go down and hold your breath with the other ones, with the competitor. Here, this is an oxygen stone. I can give it to you. We'll give you a little bit of help, but don't tell my father.
We won't tell anyone.
You're a bad girl, Dia.
Dia, I guess this could be sort of like an aqualung.
Yeah. So Mike, so this holding breath thing, would that be like a health point thing or?
Yes. So
that's not good. Maybe I shouldn't have taken this task.
Well, I'm 67 on my health right now. I don't know what you are, Jason.
I'm at 48.
All right, why don't I take this since my health is better?
Okay.
All right.
And I take the oxygen thing that the Dia gave me. So.
All right. So the 2 of you will submerge into the grotto. The first one to come up who passes out. Hold on a second. We might as well just do this. Very well. The grotto. 2 of you shall submerge. The one who is able to stay down the longest is the winner. The winner. A winner. We need the winner. All right.
Okay, let's do this. So what kind of a bonus do I get with this little oxygen thing?
So what is your health right now?
67.
Okay, so this is so it's now at 77. So the way this is going to work is pretty simple. Your opponent has a 50, so you're basically going to roll, and if you make it, you're holding your breath for that turn. If you miss it, then that amount of the difference gets subtracted from your health.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Right.
Your health goes down, and then it becomes less and less until someone doesn't make it. So
Gotcha.
theoretically, you could hold your breath eternally, or with one. He theoretically could come up because his health is lower than yours right now. So he's kind of a scrawny guy. He's my son will do this. Do not get up shown up by this overworlder. Yes, father. Yes. Yes.
All right, here we go. Round one.
Yep.
73 out of 77.
All right. Okay. All right. So the two of you grasping onto each other descend down into the grotto. You're both like staring at each other. Oh, and bubbles start coming out of his mouth. So he's down. So let's see. He's okay. So I know what he's down to now. So next round.
Okay. 18 out of 77.
Okay. Oh, even blah, blah, blah.
Don't you guys live underwater? What's going on?
I will not fail you, father.
Well, they are in a dome. Oh, okay. There's, yeah. So Kit's got he's got the outfit on. So this is good. So, okay. So he's still there. He was like, blah, 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 blah.
I love that there's like a little fly to the left of Kit's face there that moves with him. Do you see that? Yeah, there's a little dot superimposed.
I don't see it. Oh, say something, Kit.
It's not intentional.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, Quee, make your roll.
All right, round three. 54 out of 77.
Oh, all right.
Oh, poor son. Oh. He falls limp and lifeless and starts to sink to the bottom.
Oh no.
I grab him.
Okay, you'll have to make one more roll just to
72 out of 77.
Wow.
Okay. So you come ashore, you emerge victoriously from the grotto. Which could sound like the Playboy grotto. I keep on thinking about that, but that's from the grotto with this unconscious boy in your hands. Sounds even weirder now.
Oh, it doesn't sound good.
It's really uncomfortable.
I went down into the grotto with your son, and now he is unconscious, and no one knows what happened, but he and I, is what you say. You don't say that, but you could.
Well, maybe in their culture, that kind of thing's acceptable. I have no idea.
Well, so now Shav Sletter is furious, like, oh, you've disgraced my family. It's time for the final challenge. The final challenge, which
wait, what, didn't we already have a majority of wins? What is
yeah, he said majority of wins.
Worth as much as a triple round, some bullshit like that?
Like 75%. Round up to 80.
Well, all right.
We do not fear. We will still compete.
I do recall something about a ratio.
Yes.
A ratio deemed acceptable.
Someone make a loving roll on that and convince him.
I'm going to use my sweet talk on him and try to do that. Yeah. 30 out of 73. It's like, you did say ratio. You are an honorable man, and I know you will stick to your word. Blah 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 blah.
You speak our language now. Well, you see, Father, there is value to overworlders. And we don't need to have the final trial by combat, the final combat of the crest between you and the final person, where it is to the death. And then I would kill you and take your place. We don't need to have any of that, Father. I guess. Well, you've opened mine and my daughter's eyes. Very well. In the in the interest of peace and expediency, I shall grant your request. You shall take the per diem, your lieutenant, and I shall have the guardian above you. I shall let you go in peace.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you. And we'll try not to eat your prawns.
That would be appreciated. There's a lot of funerals here. I got to be honest with you. It was a rough time.
We do apologize. We had no idea that was a thing.
We did not meet to eat your family.
Didn't have any idea how many grieving prawn families were down there that you had to visit with.
Arthropod genocide. It's sorry.
Swear to God, I did not know that's your Uncle Morty. I did not know that.
All right, so Dia comes up to Kui Kwa, who she almost had a relationship with, and she said, "Well, it seems as though you're on a journey to the stars. I would greatly like to go there, but you don't seem convinced to that, obviously. So I guess I'll stay here on
it could be difficult. Does she have to stay in a bowl if she's in space?
I will eventually hatch out of this shape.
Turn
into my
I
father.
see. I mean, she's currently in an air bubble floating somehow, so I suppose she could manage in space.
Sure. Well, if you think you can be a surface dweller and it's something you really want, now, granted, we're trapped on this planet and we're trying to get out. So if you come with us, you're never going to see your father or your family or your people again, more likely. So if you require that much adventure, and I think if you maybe can be help to us, which you have been, then absolutely. But that decision is yours. You can come with us if you wish, but
I was going to kill my father anyways. So I mean, yeah, take her. Yeah, it's all good. All good.
Well, all right. Well, Dia will come with us. So there you go. Yeah. You never know what kind of help she can be, unless she turns into an absolute monster and then tries to eat us when she transforms. But we'll do that later. That's for another time.
Mishi thinks it's appropriate that either she or the ambassador stay. She says, I can do a lot of good work here if I were to stay. I'm only a horticulturist. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I mean,
but she's our only pilot, though, isn't she?
Oh, interesting point.
That is true.
And having an ambassador to start, interstellar relations with these people could be good for us, as long as we stop.
Yeah, it could be a little crown in our or a little feather in our cap for that as well. So
yeah.
All right. So we will leave Ambassador Stompy here on the planet. Is that what we're saying?
Sure.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
He can begin his ambassadorial duties and reconnect them with.
Maybe they can do something about his schwanz.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a sea cucumber type deal.
Yeah. Sea cucumber. He'll go from plumbing device to sea cucumber.
I eject my stomach externally through the opening and dissolve my food.
We will take your injured man. We have many aquatic things which can make him whole again. So, bidding a fair adieu, you actually is fortuitous because Dia is able to go to the surface and give coordinates, appropriate transporter coordinates, that's able to beam you all out. She's now are you taking her on the adventure going into the end of the Dragon's Tail, or is she staying on the surface?
Might as well take her with us. I mean, she could be useful. I mean, she helped us.
It seems to me that she's very attracted to Kui. So
well, yeah, well, I'm not gonna rule that out. But I think she could definitely be useful. I mean, she helped us so far. She was very willing. And I mean, anyway, I imagine she can if we're on another ocean
I mean-
planets, you might be able to swim around and not have to worry about stuff.
He's got his own shape
Yeah.
of water happening.
We could take
Yeah,
her
yeah.
instead of taking Oceanographer Jones. And
Yeah, just he probably knows the oceans. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of practical experience for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe the oceanographer just wants to stay on the planet here and do studies.
He died.
Yeah. Well, it would
died.
probably
He
go
died.
back-
He died. He died.
I forgot to tell you guys while you guys were there, he died. It was rough. It was that
Tragic.
big frog creature came on the surface, just cut him in half. It was rough. So yeah.
You know, if you think about it, though, they did kill one of our guys. You know? So I totally forgot. About
I know. I thought about mentioning something about that, and I didn't.
I mean, I was eating those little mummy criers like fucking popcorn shrimp, you know. So I just, you know, I must have eaten like 15 of them. So I feel a little guilty.
Well, he was just going to town on him too. He didn't give a shit. He was like, yeah, man, these are just delicious, you know. And
Yeah,
he-
let's just call it a wash. Then.
Yeah.
Let's call it a wash. We ate a bunch of their little kids, and they killed one of our guys.
I'm
so,
sure the ambassador can smooth it over.
We'll tell his family that he died in battle.
sure. Yeah.
honestly, you guys didn't even know he existed until this episode. I mean,
Yeah.
then on the ship, like he's
Sure.
finally like, I'm an oceanographer, you know. I mean, like oh, you know, he was like terrible at parties, you know. He just didn't really serve any purpose, and so you know, he's
Yeah.
All right. So with that, you guys repair the ship with the per diem.
Wow.
You mount up with Lieutenant Mishi, leaving behind Ambassador Stompy, taking Dia,
Berlin.
sure,
Beflin or something like that.
Beffin, yeah.
Beffin.
Dia Beffin, yes. And the four of you, and with Shelter, you're leaving your replicator there on the surface so that they can have fresh water. Well, I guess they probably good, but there's, you know, you're filtering out components in there. Food source, plant-based. Don't do that again. And with that, the Hibachi Maru lifts off from the planet. The giant guardian creature watches you, but lets you pass. And you set course, yes, for the end of the Dragon's Tail. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And hopes to find a way home.
How many
Yes.
people did we bring with us on the shuttle? Did we get a list of that?
Well,
Did we make
for a journey back home, it would be 12 months with 10 to 15 people. Since we're making, I think it would be a couple of weeks to the end of the Dragon's Tail. And I don't think we're carrying as many people are we just going to carry like us plus Dia and Mishi?
That's up to you.
Well, yeah.
I think we
Let's-
can take volunteers if people wish to join us.
Well, if we can find anyone who might be useful, i.e. an engineer, a pilot, anyone with like, I don't know, 3 or 4 people, 3 or 4 red shirts with a moderate amount of skill in one area or another, that would be handy as far as engineering or what have you. We basically would say, all right, listen, we're going to go to the end of Dragon's Tail. We're going to try to come back from you. We're going to take 3 or 4 other people with us. We want volunteers, preferably people with skill that we can use on our journey. So,
Okay. I'll let you decide 3 ensigns that you can take along
Okay.
for the next trip. That will be the next. That'll be your homework for this. And yeah, so you all leave, and for all of those listening, join us in the next week or so when we have the finale, the grand finale of the Dragon's Tail saga. Now, who knows what's at the end of the Dragon's Tail?
Like a lymph node?
Yes, yes. At the end of the lymph node here, it's we're gonna figure out what's there. Get the results back. I don't know if we know. No one knows. I can tell you right now with certainty that no one knows what's at the end of the Dragon's Tail right now. But it will gradually
no
become
one.
no one.
It
Zero
repeats,
people.
no one.
Yes, but by at least by next Saturday that will happen. So thank you for listening, watching. Tell your friends. This is the best role-playing game you could ever listen to. And going in that same order we had before, I'm Mike McCafferty.
I'm Tony Caselli.
I'm Jason McCarris.
I'm Kid Hirosaki as Doc Molotov.
I'm Duncan Williams at Quick Son of Qua.
And on behalf of Matt, who just
Ambassador Stompy.
yes, all right. So who is he's gone. So
he's here when we don't want him to be, and not here when we need him.
But we just wanted to play
Star Trek.